Magandang Martes sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay nasa mabuti tayong kalagayan. A good Tuesday to all of you. It's the 16th of February 2021. Ito po si Benji Chidoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer who had been investing in the stock market since 2007. I started with mutual funds and later directly with stocks. I do this stock market report every day and I review the most active stocks as well as your requested stocks. So if you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have stocks in mind that you want me to review, just comment on the comment box and I will prioritize them. Hello also doon sa aking batchmates sa G. Araneta University Foundation High School Batch 1976. Yung ating talk on the introduction to the Philippine stock market, ito po ay sa Sabado na, February 20 at 11 a.m. I am excited since this is my first talk on the stock market basics. And today, please join me as we take a look on the latest news on JFC and the results of trading the PSE. Lahat ng ito dito lamang sa February 16, 2021, Tuesday edition of the Stock Market Today. Okay, so let's go right straight to the index. Let's put up our indicators first. Okay, the PSEI gained 84.85 points or 1.22% up. However, there was net foreign selling at 68.75 million. So if we'll take a look at the market summary, 122 companies advanced, 89 declined while 54 remained unchanged. As for the sectoral indices, the all-share index had a 0.98% gain, while all the sectors were in the green. This was led by the holding companies at, properties at 1.72%, and the holding companies came in next with 1.45%. Net foreign selling po tayo on the foreign funds. Now, let's take a look at the most active stocks. Now we will be reviewing the top 10, actually the top 9 because we will be including Jollibee, which is not among the most active stocks. But we have a news item on Jollibee. So we will be reviewing SM, DITO, PHA, Ali, TBGI, Green, Merrimart, Converge, APL, and we will do JFC as our last stock. Dahil meron po tayong news item on JFC. Okay, so let's start with SM. Okay, SM gained 10 points or about 1%. So 0.94% kasi yung reflection niya dito. And it is just staying up there at the 1070 level, 1060 to 1070 level. And it has been moving that way for the past 3 days, since it had gained some momentum in the past week, starting with February 4, from two successive red candlesticks, nagkaroon siya ng upward movement, and the only lone red candlestick was yesterday, which was February 15, and it gained 10 points today. So actually, bullish pa rin yung indicators natin based on our indicators, which is the orange line, that is the 20-day exponential. Yun yung short term natin. Yung medium term natin, which is the blue line, and that's the 50-day exponential moving average, and our long-term indicator, which is the 100-day exponential moving average. Pero malaki yung volume niya, Malaki yung volume ni SM. It's walang volume indicator. Well, the volume indicator is above average, but I have no idea what the volume is. Nandito. Sorry. It's 10.168 million, I think. No, tama. I think the average is 1.307. So it's 10 times more. Almost 10 times more than the normal. So, tingin ko lang dito is that the stock is still bullish. And our RSI is at 56, no? Indicating that a bullish number. So if it continues this way, then we might see some movement in the coming days, some bullish movement. Pero it may test this level first, before it can move upwards, because the nearest resistance of SM would be here at 1093 to 1094. 1093 to 1094 yung nearest resistance niya. And our support, the nearest support that I can see would be dito, no? Let's place it at 984, the nearest support of SM. Or taas na natin, tingnan natin dito. Yan. More of EMA 100, no? It's at 1,000 to 1,006 yung nearest support ni SM. Okay, next, let's take a look at DITO. DITO, talagang malakas yung stock na ito, no? Tuloy-tuloy siya. Oh. Alam mo, this is the highest level already. And if that is the highest level, then in all probabilities, nagta-taper off yung stock, ano? Because like what I have shared with you in the previous reviews, there is a bearish divergence, ano? Ulitin natin yung line, ano? Let's draw a trend line here. There is a bearish divergence on the stock. So here, if you'll see yung peak na dito, nung nag-peak yung RSI at 92, the stock price was at, let's see, the closing price was at 13. Eh. Now, when it reached 17, the RSI was just 77. So what does that tell us? It tells us that anytime soon, the stock may taper off. Because, like what I've said, merong bearish divergence yung RSI, meaning that it has reached a level wherein the price may be too expensive. I may be wrong, of course, because our indicators would indicate a bullish momentum. However, our RSI is telling us otherwise. So that's my take for DITO. In the meantime, I would say that the nearest the nearest support for DITO would be at the 20-day exponential moving average, which is 14.52, 14.50. So when I talk of resistance and support, these are not exact price points, but these are areas. Next, let's take a look at PHA. Okay, PHA, it had a weak red candlestick, meaning it's probably a sign of reversal. Pero yung ating indicator natin, yung short term, the orange line, the EMA 20, is still above our candlesticks, indicating a bullish trend. But please take note, yung ating moving average, exponential moving average, or any moving average for that matter, is a lagging indicator, meaning nahuhuli siya. No, by the time it registers a reversal, nagre-reverse na yung trend. Yung total nagre-reverse na yung trend. Kasi 14-day moving average to which is the average price, closing price of the previous 14 days, including today. Okay, so yung pressure na yung line or yung indicator sa na 2.51 is the average for the past 14 days. So by the time na bumaba na ito, then talagang meron na siyang trend. In the meantime, yung RSI natin is at 59, still bullish. Now, in contrast, yung RSI naman is a lagging indicator, meaning it shows you the possible movement of the stock in future terms. So pag sinabi natin 59.36, it is possible that this is still a bullish price based on the 14-day movement, but we can deduce na maaring pababa na yung stock, because yung explanation ko nga kanina on the previous stock, yung dito, meron siyang bearish divergence. Ito rin, meron siyang bearish divergence, So for instance here, tumaas siya ng dito ng closing price niya here is at 310. Dito, when it came to this point, another high point, kasing taas lang siya, The closing price here is 313, halos magkapantay, Pero yung RSI niya mas mababa, nasa 68. Dito, nasa 92. Bakit ganon? Because there is a possible bearish indicator. This is a bearish indicator already. Na yung taas niya dito, na as much as 3 pesos and 10 centavos, hindi siya tumaas as much when it went to 313 here, indicating a possible bearishness in the price. In the meantime, the nearest resistance for PHA, lagay natin dito. 319 to 320 ang nearest resistance niya. While the nearest support, let's place it at EMA 20, 2.51, yung nearest support niya. So that's for PHA. Then, Ali. Okay, Ali, still moving sideways, no? Although ang ating candlestick would indicate a somewhat bullish movement since the indicators are right under the candlestick and our RSI is at 51, indicating a bullish number. Pero itong 51 na ito is borderline, no? Borderline because bumaba pa yan ng 49, then that's already a bearish indicator. But here, based on our short, medium, and long-term indicator, it's still bullish. So I would say this is moving bullish to sideways. In the meantime, yung resistance niya, nandito siya sa 41.98 to 42. While the nearest support, lagay natin dito sa, pwede natin ilagay sa EMA 50 at 39.33. The nearest support of Ali. Okay. After Ali, TBGI. Si TBGI, nag-breakout siya no? Nag-profit taking ngayon. So, posible to, mga kapatid, mga kapuso at mga kapamilya, na nag-profit taking. So, obserbahan natin sa sumusunod, no? Maaring ganito mangyari sa kanya bago siya tumuloy pataas or tumuloy lang siya ng consolidation. Kasi this is a red candlestick. If we see a candlestick lower than this, then there is a possibility that the trend may have changed. Okay, in the meantime, yung nearest support ni TBGI is here. Actually, nasa support level siya. 54 to 55, ano? Yan na yun, ano? Yan na yung support level ni TBGI. The next support level, let's place it at EMA 20 at 42 centavos. Yan yung next support level na pwede natin tingnan. Okay? And then, green. Si green, something special about green, no? Nag-breakout na siya. It is a breakout. So, pakita nyo yung pattern ng ating indicators. Lahat pataas, so all under, except for a few spaces or a few days here, no? In December. Tapos tumiretso siya pataas hanggang nag-breakout dito. Now, as in a breakout, posibleng tumuloy yan sa susunod if volume will permits. However, posibleng mag-consolidate. There is a possibility of consolidation right after a breakout, characterized by a decline in volume. So, obserbahan po natin, no, sa susunod, no, in the coming days, kung saan pupunta yung stock. In the meantime, ang nearest support ni green would be at 3.25, 3 pesos and 25 centavos. I think this is the highest level for green. No? Kasi previously the highest was 359 dito noong January 2019 eh. Ayan, no? 359. So this is the highest level already. I think this is the 52-week high. Yun nga siya. 4 is the 52-week high. Okay? So it's just very small wick lang dito sa taas na hindi natin makita. Kasi kung nalakihan mo, napakaliit ng wick. Kasi ang high niya is 4 pesos. Okay, next. Merrimart. Another emerging stock. This is a growth stock actually. Okay, Merrimart. Sideways to bullish. No? Although this is a red candlestick, still the candlestick ended up higher than the moving averages. No? So, if you just draw a Larvas box. Yan. Yan ang range ng stock natin. No? From January 4 up to today, yan yung range, trading range niya. So, if you wanted to trade the range, pwede, no? Pwede nyo tingnan dito. Moreover, the short-term indicator is piercing through the candlestick, indicating a sideways movement. So, my assessment here is sideways to bullish yung kanyang movement for the past 2 weeks. Okay? So that's for Merrimart. Then Converge. Okay, Converge. had a recovery today from a solid red candlestick. So this one, after all, may not be a sign of reversal kasi may green candlestick dito eh. Kung sign of reversal to, this is another red candlestick, but the candlestick should have been lower. But this appears to be a recovery. Okay, so right now, ang masasabi ko dyan is possible sideways to bullish ang movement niya, no? With a support at 18 pesos. The near support for Converge. And the resistance, I cannot place a resistance here, only that probably 1884, but it's very thin. Kasi wala tayong historical data eh. You know, hanggang dyan lang siya eh. So support lang ang masasabi ko dito sa Converge, you know? Pero abangan lang natin. This stock has good fundamentals actually. And I have meron akong position dito sa stock na ito, and my target price is 24. Sa akin, I think this is a good stock, and hindi po ako connected sa Converge, na hindi ko hina-hype yung stock. But I think this is a good stock. This is a good growth stock to watch out. So, sa akin, good stock to, and pwede kayong maniwala sa akin, pwede rin hindi. Do your own research first before buying on the stock. Lagi ko pong advice yan sa inyo. Okay, then APL. Okay, APL. Oh, sideways pa rin tong APL. And I think, yes, sideways siya, no? And it's moving, ito yung near-term resistance niya ito. Yan. So, nasa 25.60, 25.50. No? Ang nearest resistance niya. Nearest support niya is EMA 50, 19.27. 19 centavos, 19.27 centavos. And dito, yung ating mga foreign funds are bullish on the stock kasi may net foreign buying siya for APL. Our RSI also is bullish at 53.73. Then finally, we have JFC. Okay, JFC is sideways to bullish. Oh, no, sorry, sideways to bearish. Kasi yung price niya is under the candlestick and it's testing the support, no? The support is actually, pwede nating sabihin ang support ay nasa EMA 100. That's 179. Okay, so it's sitting at support, 179. So it's testing that area and appears to be bearish to moving sideways. Pero yung ating RSI is bearish already, 37.74. So more on the bearish side to. Kasi yung RSI natin is below 50. Ngayon, kung bumaba pa siya, naging 30 or below, oversold din yung stock, meaning there is a possible change in trend there to the upwards kasi the relative strength index is telling us na masyado na siyang mababa yung kanyang presyo, and therefore we can say that it is oversold and it's time for the stock to go up. Okay, so that's for JFC. In the meantime, ano bang balita kay JFC? Let's take a look at this first. No? Kita niyo to? Ito yung kanyang disclosure sa PSE today. No? JFC enters into joint venture with Yoshinoya International Philippines. Yoshinoya is a beef ball business based in Japan and one of the largest and most recognized Japanese restaurant brands globally with over 2,000 stores worldwide. YIPI or Yoshinoya Philippines is the Philippine subsidiary of Asia Yoshinoya International, SDN, BHD, and Yoshinoya Holdings, the trademark owner of Yoshinoya System. The joint venture company will be the franchise for Yoshinoya in the Philippines. The joint venture plans to open 50 stores in the Philippines in the long term. Completion of this transaction is subject to standard legal agreements and regulatory approval. So JFC has entered into a joint venture with Yoshinoya. Let's see what will happen. And they are very aggressive, no, in expanding. And because JFC sees the 2021 as a recovery year. Okay, so now let's take a look at the news item on GFC. Tingnan natin. Mukhang hindi nyo nakikita to. Hindi nga. It's news from ABS-CBN. No? Jollibee back in the black in 4Q ICE expansion this year. Back in the black. Ibig sabihin ng back in the black meaning from a loss, naging profit. No? Back in the black in 4Q. Kung ang term niya is back in the red, red kasi means something negative. It's a loss. Okay? Ngayon, the term that I use is a red candlestick or in the red or in the green, pwede acceptable din yon as a profit, no, kung in the green. Manila, Jollibee Foods Corp posted 2 billion in net income in the fourth quarter. Teka, let me get that para makita nyo. Okay, kita nyo to. Manila, Jollibee Foods Corp posted a 2 billion net income in the fourth quarter, down 3.4% compared to the same period in 2019. The company said revenues decreased by 29.9% to 36.7 billion in the fourth quarter versus a year ago, primarily because of permanent store closures and lower sales per store due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the sharp decline in profits in October to December period, this is still an improvement over the net losses posted in the previous 3 quarters. So in other words, Jollibee posted a loss from the first quarter to the third quarter, possibly, no? And the total cumulative for 2020 was a loss. However, in the fourth quarter, it showed a reversal of, it posted a 2 billion net income in the fourth quarter of 2020. JFC CEO Ernesto Tamantiong said the company looks forward to sustained recovery this year as the world gradually returns to normalcy with the introduction of COVID-19 vaccines. We plan to open 400 new stores worldwide, most of which will be outside the Philippines, particularly in North America, Vietnam, and China. So, in this sense, Jollibee is very bullish on 2021 because it sees it as a recovery year. Now, let me share with you BDO Nomura's commentary. For the full year 2020 results were ahead of our estimates, mainly due to the impact of the company's cost reduction programs. We will get more details on the results after analysis briefing on Thursday. We currently have a reduced rating on JFC with a TP of 170. So, reduced rating siya, but naka pending validation from the analyst briefing that the brokerage will attend on Thursday. So, abangan natin yon. Kung magbabago yung kanyang rating or kung magbabago yung kanyang target price for Jollibee, which is currently, recommendation niya is to reduce, target price is 170. Yan po ang ating stock market for today, Tuesday, February 16, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, mag-ingat sa scams. If it is too good to be true, it's not true. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. See you again in our next episode at maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay.